Let me know. Give me some thumbs up, some fire emojis too. And we are recording in one. Welcome, everyone. My name is Abel Prieto, and I'm coming to you live from Miami, Florida for our weekly partner training. We have a very special guest with us today. His name is Marc Accetta. He is one of my coaches, one of my mentors. I've known Marc now for about, I think, 3 years. Man, what an experience it has been to be around him and his expertise, his knowledge, his leadership, his experience. I know Marc will tell you a little bit about his story before going on into his training, which, Marc asked me, he said, Abel, what would you like me to train on? And I said, man, there's so many things we can talk about. And he really is an encyclopedia of knowledge. He's like a human Google of sales and network marketing and team building training. And I said, Marc, if you can give us some training on how to build momentum in our business, how to regain momentum, how to build momentum, how to start moving in the right direction. Because although we've got a lot of teams that are doing great and heading in the right direction, I believe that now with Membership 3.0 right around the corner, coming in on November 1st, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware, we've got another special Membership 3.0 training with our corporate team tomorrow. I believe that one's for marketing directors and above. I've done a couple trainings on it, both with the English and the Spanish team, but especially with Membership 3.0, I believe that now, more than ever, now, listen to me. I want you to listen to me. I want you to be here. I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to you. I want you to pay attention because, there are moments in our business that can really define our businesses going forward. And I believe that moment is now more than ever, for those of you that decide to re-engage your business, for those of you that decide to focus like never before, for those of you that decide to be more disciplined than ever before. If you can now take advantage and start building momentum and start focusing on building a huge organization and building big teams and getting promoted and relaunching your business, I believe now more than ever would be the perfect time to do that. Because with Membership 3.0 in the pipeline coming November 1st, I'm telling you, a lot of our businesses, for those of us that focus and do what we have to do, are going to be doubling, tripling, quadrupling over the next 3, 6 months, and 9 months as we close out 2024 and head to 2025. And I want to ask you a question. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for 2025? I sure hope not, because now is the time to do it. As those of you that are aware of the changes, improvements that are coming with Membership 3.0, we're now going to have 3 plans for the first time in almost 9 years. Remember, over the last 9 years, InCruises has had one membership plan, what we refer to now as the classic plan, $100 a month. Now we're going to have a $50 a month plan for those markets. We're going to have a $250 premium plan for those markets. The fact that now with the starter plan starting November 1st, someone's going to be able to start their own business as a partner with InCruises and start a starter membership for only $145. See, right now, to be able to get started with InCruises as a partner member, it's $295. We've done great with that. We've done great. I've been able to build a business. Many of you have been able to build a business. But now for those markets that require a smaller, a more affordable price point, the fact that you can offer someone a business opportunity and the opportunity to start saving for their next vacation for $145, that's a huge deal. The fact that we're going to have our premium plan, we're going to be able to develop more revenue, where we're going to be able to develop more leaders, more promotions in a faster, easier way with a plan that has more meat on the bone. I think that's awesome. The fact that come November, we're going to have a plan where if someone just registers for free, they're going to get rewarded 50 free reward points, which is really equivalent to $50 free just for registering for free. What that's going to be able to do for our businesses, we're going to be able to attract people into your business and incentivize them to at least register, because as you know, right now, 50% of the people that register with InCruises upgrade to partner member or to member. Imagine now that you're going to be able to incentivize that. All that is coming November 1st. Insider pricing coming November 1st, guaranteeing a 17% discount on your cruise or hotel vacations, and so much more. I mean, now is the time. See, InCruises has been preparing for the moment that we're at. And if right now you decide, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to take my business to the next level. I want to reach new heights. I want to make more money. I want to help more people. I want to travel the world more. I want to get promoted. Now is that moment. And I believe that the person that we have with us today, Marc Accetta, could put you in the right mindset and give you some of the skills that you and I need to take our business to the next level. So, for those of you that don't know, and I'm going to be bringing Marc on here. I'm going to open up his camera and his microphone in a second or two. I've known Marc for a few years now. He's part of Life Mastery Trainings, along with my great friends at Life Mastery Training, which put on incredible online and live events all around the world. He'll tell you about one of the events that we'll be putting on in Bulgaria in the month of November. He'll be talking to you about that event towards the end of his training. But Marc Accetta has been in the industry for many years. He's developed multiple seven-figure incomes with several direct marketing companies. And he's decided to become a coach. He's decided to open up his encyclopedia of knowledge to the entire world of direct sales, network marketing, and sales in general. He's done great things. He's a sought-out speaker. And really, it is our privilege to have us with us today, to have him with us today. So it is my privilege, my pleasure, and my honor to bring on to the virtual stage, to the virtual screen here, the great, the wonderful, the powerful, direct from Dallas, Texas, Marc Accetta. Marc, can you see us? Can you hear me?
I can see you, brother. Can you hear me, most importantly?
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, man. It's an honor to have you with us today. And man, if you could just share a little bit about what's on your mind, share a little bit about what's on your heart, and give us some nuggets, because we're at a very important moments in our company. I was giving an intro to what's kind of going on at InCruises right now, and I think you're the perfect person for the job. So take it away, brother.
Yeah, well, I was listening closely, as you know. So first of all, thanks for the invitation, brother. It has been such a joy to get to know you better over the last couple of years from a professional perspective, but also, just as a friend. And, I really, anytime anyone invites me to talk to their team, that means a lot to me. So I want to give you my background real fast. So I've been in the industry, it sounds shocking, for 36 years. That's an awful long time to be in anything. But starting off when I was 27 years old, and I grew up in a very middle income family. I didn't make a whole bunch. My parents didn't make a lot of money. I graduated college. My mom and dad didn't graduate college. So we thought, oh my gosh, I'll get a college degree. That'll make a difference. And it didn't. I was living in a tiny little apartment, living paycheck to paycheck, had a beat up car, had all kind of credit card debt only at 27. And, one night, a friend of mine invited me to a place called Rick's Restaurant to meet up with him. I hadn't seen him in a while. And he said he was with some of his new business associates, and he wanted me to just come hang out. So I went down, kind of a blind invite, if you will, but he did say he was with his business contacts. Anyway, when I got there, they asked me if I wanted to go in the back room and look at a presentation. I was like, why not? And that moment changed the direction of my life. Now, first of all, I didn't have immediate success, but it did put me in the opportunity. It did open my eyes. I didn't even really understand network marketing. Like a lot of you, I had heard a friend of someone who was, it's one of those things, or, oh, my friend Bob did that and it didn't work. They're a scam. That's the kind of rhetoric I had heard. But it was the first time in my life I looked at it with my own two eyes, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. So started doing it for 9 months. Actually, I was doing it, and here's very important. This is a big part of my story. I didn't know what I was doing. The problem is I didn't know what I was doing. First of all, I just assumed how hard can it be, which is a bad assumption. Number two, the guy who was training me, I just assumed he knew what he was talking about, which was wrong. See, if you're a little kid, if you're a 3-year-old kid and your mom or dad is a nightmare, how do you know at 2 or 3 years old or 3 or 4 years old? I mean, they're a lot taller than you can drive. They can drive a car. They can cook food. They have money. You know, there's so much more than you are at 3 or 4 years old. So we just kind of look at any adult and assume they've got their act together. Well, I just assumed my sponsor, network marketing, had their act together. He told me to do something. I was very teachable. I did exactly what he told me. What I didn't realize was he didn't know what he was doing. Now, I would have never known that, and I would have quit. I would have been a typical network marketer who got involved, did it less than a year, and quit. At the 9-month mark, and this is very important, someone pushed me to go to a seminar. And I told them I couldn't afford it, but they pushed me. And I told them I didn't really think I needed it, but they pushed me. They didn't listen and or buy my excuses. They knew, and this is something that it took me a while to get this. They knew that if I didn't go to the event, then I was going to end up quitting anyway. So if they pushed me too hard and I quit, what's the big deal? Because I'm going to quit anyway. You do realize most people, I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but most people who start network marketing with big dreams and aspirations end up quitting. So it's important. So I went to the event. And again, I went to the event, my arms crossed. I didn't want to go. I had to borrow the money to go. I thought it was stupid. I had to go. Sat down in that room. And within the first 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it was, by the time they took the first break, I was dumbfounded. For the first time in my life, I was speechless. I couldn't talk. Like, this guy, knew exactly how to do it all, like how to make a prospect list, how to invite, how to present. I thought he was a super genius. In reality, now, 36 years later, I realized someone just trained him well and he was great at communicating the information. But now I realized I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I realized the guy who had been training me was training me wrong. Because the guy who was training me was making $5,000-6,000 a month. The guy who was teaching me at this event was making over $100,000 a month. And this is 36 years ago. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just started going to the trainings with him over and over and over again. After a while, I realized, why am I going to trainings by myself? I'm getting better, but I need so I started bringing my team. Once I started bringing my team to events, man, after 8 or 10 events of me bringing more and more people, my group just exploded. My income just exploded. So I sit here having made millions of dollars in the industry, telling you this is the greatest industry in the world. It's the best thing. It's the greatest, the last vestige of free enterprise in the world, where anyone from anywhere in the world can become anything they want to. But I was almost a statistic who quit unless someone pushed me to go to an event. So I think your guys' event in Barcelona is sold out, if I'm not mistaken. But if there's still seats, you got to push people to go. Whenever the next event is, push people to go, because big decisions, all big decisions, get made at big events. It doesn't matter when you get in the company. What matters is, when does the company get in you? You don't want your people to be your brain, your conscious mind has two constant things going on. The rational side, the emotion, logic, emotion, logic, emotion, logic, emotion. You do not want your people in logical mode, because logical mode, that's not people who go all in. That's not people who give it everything they've got. When people become emotional, watch professional sports, watch college sports. When you're watching college football right now, pro football, they are the best players are emotionally involved in what they're doing. The best network marketers are emotionally involved in what they're doing. And the way that happens to them is at big events. So that's my story. Again, I was in 4 companies only. I hit the highest rank of all 4. I was fortunate enough to be in the top 10 income earners of 3 of the 4 companies. So I had a really great career over 20 years building. And then I spent pretty much close to 20 years now just extremely focused on no building anymore, just teaching people all over the world. So I've trained all over the world. There's nowhere in the world I haven't trained. I mean, Antarctica. I've been on all 6 major continents. I don't think they have any downlines in Antarctica. If there are, I don't think I'm going to go there because it's too cold. But South America, North America, Asia, India, all over the world, I've been training people. So I understand this industry. And I'm going to quickly talk to you about what Abel asked me to talk to you about. How do you recreate or create momentum? So Ray Kroc, who founded McDonald's, when he retired many years later, he used to go around and teach business students in business schools, what it takes. And he had all these different things he taught them. But he did have 3 key things that need to happen in order for you to have an extraordinarily successful business. Number 1, you got to be in the right place at the right time. This is what he used to teach kids. Now, I think we all know that. I don't think anyone went, oh, you got to be in the right place at the right time. Oh my gosh, that's groundbreaking. We all know that. But number 2, a lot of people don't know number 2. Number 2 is you got to realize you're there. So I was just reading the other day about the guy who was in Apple. Imagine being one of the original investors in Apple computers, and he sold all of his shares. He sold all of his ownership stock for $1,000. That can't even be true. That would now be worth $8 billion or $10 billion. Now, was that guy in the right place at the right time? Clearly. Did he realize he was there? So for me, I've been in the right place at the right time a couple times in my career. Once as a business builder and once as part of a company as a corporate staff. So I know what it looks like. And what Abel's basically explaining to you right now is your company's already doing really well, but your company's ready to just shed its first skin and go to the next level. It's ready to go from, out of the cocoon and become the butterfly and really start making some noise in the industry. So you're in exactly at the right place, right time. As a matter of fact, it can't get any better because it's 30 days from now. It's a little more than 30 days, 45 days from now. So, a lot of people are waiting. Don't wait. That's human nature. I talk a lot of my training is about normal and average. You never want to be normal and average. If I mention a name of a human being to you right now, like Elon Musk, and the fact that everyone who knew who that is, that's not normal. That's not average. If I mention Bob Smith, my next door neighbor, you don't know who he is because he's normal and average. But if I mention anyone, Warren Buffett, Michael Jordan, I can mention these people, Lionel Messi, they're not normal. You don't want to be normal. You don't want to be average. But what normal average people do is they wait. Let me wait until November and then I'm going to get going. No. What you want to do is that's coming. So imagine you're in a car and you're in the starting blocks or you're in a race. Like you ever see like in a 100-yard dash, 100-meter dash, they're in the starting blocks ready to go. You don't want to go when they shoot the starter gun in November. How cool would it be if you're already sprinting when everyone else is just getting started? So you want to get active right now. You're in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. So those are 2 of the 3 steps. I know someone is going, what's a 3rd step? You think I would forget the 3rd step? I know you don't know me very well, but come on. You got to believe in me a little bit more than that. So the 1st step, right place, right time. 2nd step, you got to realize you're there because that's what leads to the 3rd step. It's the only thing that matters. You have to take massive action. Now, massive action is not a lot of action. It's not action. It's massive action. I'm a big fan of the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Statistical term, right? Outliers, it's a statistical term. So if all the data, let's say, is within this grid here, this basic grid, and then an outlier is someone who's like up here, like everyone else is here, an outlier is over there. So I just mentioned some outliers. Elon Musk is an outlier. Jeff Bezos is an outlier. Whitney Houston was an outlier. You know what I mean? You could name all these great artists and athletes and people that were great, but there's outliers in every field. So if you're going to be an outlier, you're going to do things differently. So when it comes to action, I'm not talking, to me, what every network marketer should do. Anyone who wants to make some good money here, you do one presentation a day every day. Don't focus on how many sales you're making. Focus on activity. One a day, every day. One a day, every day. To consistently do that, and even on a part-time basis, people can do that. They can do one a day, every day. That's 365 at the end of the year. Even if you only close 10%, that means you end up with 30 to 40 customers and or reps working underneath you. And it's not amazing, but it's good. And it's enough to keep you in the game for another year. Now, that's baseline for me. That's like basic. Then you want to go up. You're like, Mark, I want to do more. I'm full-time now. I want to do more. Great. Then we do 3 a day every day. 3 a day every day, 3 a day. Now, 3 a day every day is a lot different. 3 may not sound a lot more than 1, but it is. Anything you do 3 times a day, every day, at the end of the year, you've done it 1,000 times. So if I've done 1,000 presentations and I suck, I'm terrible at it, and I only make 100 sales, get 100 people involved, that's still a lot. And the truth is, if you honestly do that much repetition, you do 3 a day every day, you're going to get better. You're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to get experience. So you wouldn't get 10% or 20%. You probably get more like 30%. So imagine sponsoring 300 people in the next 12 months. Well, you can do that despite your talent level, because even in the big example I just gave you, you're still only getting 3 out of 10. I mean, someone who's really good at doing this can get 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10. So if you're only getting 3 out of 10, the key is not your percentage, it's how many presentations. So 3 a day, every day is a lot different than 1 a day, every day. But that's still not massive action. Massive action is 5 a day, 7 a day, 10 a day, 12 a day. All you do, like you are obsessed. People look at you and go, oh my gosh, are you ever going to do anything other than that business? And the answer is no. This is what I do. Kobe Bryant, probably heard him, basketball player. He said most guys who play in the NBA, of all the players in the team, there's only about 400 guys, something like that, maybe 500 guys on earth who get to play in the NBA. I think it's 400. Those 400 work out every day. Whether it's the season, not the season, they work out every single day, once a day, every day. He goes, the guys who want to be like great, they want to be the starters on their team, they want to be one of the best players on their team, they work out twice a day, every day. Kobe worked out 4 times a day, every day, up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Ironically, if you study Tiger Woods, same basic thing. Ironically, if you study Michael Jordan, same basic thing. If you study any outlier, massive action is how they got to where they are. That's all they did. They were all consumed with it. So here's the cool thing about this. Some of you are going, oh my gosh, I want to have a life. Okay, so do it for a season. But when people say you got to do something for a season, you got to do it during the right season, because timing is everything. So right now, like, we're hitting the restart button, right? We're talking about, okay, we have this new thing coming out. So you know what's coming on a lot of people? This is thing that happens at the end of a calendar year. The end of a calendar year, we stagger our way up to December 31st. And on December 31st, we grab a glass of champagne and go, Happy New Year. You know, and last year kind of sucked, but next year, I'm going to get rich. Next year, I'm going to get in shape. We have this optimism because we get to hit the restart button. And that's the way a lot of people are. So that's the way a lot of people are in the company right now. We're going to hit, and that's good. Just understand that your downline that may have been dormant for a while because they have something new and exciting coming along, they've got this new refreshed attitude. If they don't have it, you should be implanting that in their brain so they have this new, excited, refreshed attitude, which is awesome. But here's the thing. I'm a guy who works out all the time. So I'm 63. I mean, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but for 63, I'm in pretty good shape. I go to the gym all the time. I don't lift the most weights. I just go to the gym every day or almost every day. Now, when I go to the gym on January 1st, January 2nd, January 5th, January 10th, it's a nightmare. Because all the people who never go to the gym, who have been trying to get out of shape by eating whatever they want their whole for 35 years, have now flipped the switch. 100 million Americans every year go on a diet on January 1st, and now they're flooding the gym. So people like you and me who go to the gym on a regular basis, we can't get near anything. So that's a problem, but it's a temporary problem. You know why? Because people give up that quickly. They get this artificial new, I'm hitting the restart button, and then their enthusiasm goes away as soon as it comes on them. So probably the most important message I can say to you is when you get the January, it's terrifying. It's around January 20th that everyone's gone and the gym is back to normal. That's about 3 weeks. So again, let's just think about it for a second. If someone honestly was really, really out of shape and they hadn't worked out and they'd eaten terrible for 32 years, do you honestly think 21 days is going to fix 32 years of bad behavior? 21 days of good behavior can't fix 32 years. So you've got to keep going. So what I'm trying to say to you, a lot of people in the company, they're also going to hit the restart button. I'm not going to talk to you about that because that's going to happen naturally. What I'm going to talk to you about, what's going to happen 2, 3, 4 weeks into this new program. So it starts in October. What's going to happen the middle of November? What's going to happen going into December? And that's where you got to remember, you're not paid. Listen, I was taught by my mentor, there's 3 rules. You want to be great at anything. You want to be rich. You want to learn how to speak a different language. You want to learn how to play a sport. 3 rules to be great at anything. Pay attention. Find someone who knows how to do it and follow them. Get excited. Enthusiasm is more important than knowledge. And number 3, never quit. Pay attention, get excited, never quit. So when everyone else is settling back to normal, and remember, normal and average, you're not where you want to be. Are you going to be able to artificially keep yourself going? Because remember this, you're going to be at a convention, you're going to be at an event, and get motivated. Here's the problem with motivation. It wears off. Zig Ziglar taught us that. Certainly no Zig. Motivation doesn't last. And he's right, it doesn't. So you're in the arena, there's thousands of people, the music is playing, you feel confident, oh my gosh, I'm in the right company, I can do this. Fast forward 5 weeks later, you're sitting there and 2 people are telling you over a beer that it's a scam, it's a cult, it's a pyramid, it's a ripoff, you're gonna die, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna go to jail. Is the motivation still with you? The answer is no. So the way you really get rich and the way that you really change your business, the way you really create the momentum you want to is not just with a quick burst. The quick burst of energy, yes, use it. Use your restart mentality. But once your restart mentality starts falling apart, remember this, it's not motivation that gets people to where they want to get to. People call me up and go, will you motivate me? Will you call me and motivate me? I'm like, that's to me the saddest, most pathetic thing I've ever heard in my life. If you need someone else to motivate you every day, that means and here it is. This is worth listening to all of this, if you will. If the only motivation you have is external, from an event, from a video, from a podcast, from an upline, you're in trouble. Eventually, your motivation has to be internal. And let me tell you what that's called. It's called discipline. And simply put, discipline is doing what you know you're supposed to do when you don't feel like doing it. Why do most people stop going to the gym? Because they just don't feel like it today. But people who are disciplined go to the gym all the time. People that are disciplined pick up the phone all the time. So it's a matter of saying, okay, this company is about to go to a new phase. Up till this point, I was an okay player in the company, but now we're going to become a whole different, better company, and I want to be a major player. Cool. Hit the restart button and stay disciplined and do not stop for anything. So again, I've only got a short period of time with you today, guys. I wanted to deliver something that could be of value. So remember, last thought here, as you're in this phase, You know, if we're going to go to war, I'm going to attack by land, air, and sea. If I'm going to go after creating momentum in my business, think of Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway. Like, he's rubbing those sticks together. He crashed on the island. He's freezing at night. And he's rubbing the sticks together, and it's not working. Pay attention, get excited, never quit. Well, I gave it a shot. No, because then you freeze. So you keep rubbing the sticks together. That's creating momentum. But when you start in the movie, he does this. You can see him. A couple things happening. He's doubting, will it really work? And he's also like getting fearful. Like, what if it doesn't work? Keep rubbing the sticks. Keep rubbing the sticks. His hands are getting raw. They're getting red. Keep rubbing the sticks. Keep rubbing the sticks. It's not working. Now, what's more painful? The painful of freezing to death, or the pain that your hands are now bleeding and blistered and blah. Creating momentum is work, man. Anyone who tells you it's not work is full of crap. So he keeps rubbing the sticks together, and eventually the fire starts. And once the fire starts, baby, it's game on. It's like you're pushing a car up the hill. Your car ran out of gas. You push the car up the hill. You get tired. I don't care if you're tired. In the military, they're like, you don't quit because you're tired. You keep going. Most people who drop out of Navy SEAL school or any kind of school like that, it's not their physical body that gives up. It's their mind that gives up. It's literally mind over matter. So I am going to be mentally strong. Nothing is going to stop me. I'm pushing a car up the hill, and I will stop pushing when I get to the top of the hill, and I will not stop. Because if I push a car up a hill and I take a break, it goes all the way back to the bottom. If you want to create momentum, you can't work really hard for 2 weeks and then take a break. You got to keep going and 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 going until you have some momentum. Then you can breathe for a minute, and then you get back after it. So again, I could go on and on and on and on. Here's what I do want to share with you. I know you guys, again, have a big event coming up in Barcelona, and I get it. That's got to be your number one priority. For those of you who truly don't want to be average, for those of you who want to go above and beyond what everybody else is doing, then this event really could propel you. And the timing couldn't be any better because it's a month after your event in Barcelona. So just as you naturally, as a human, you're going to have a little bit of wind coming out of your sails. Now you show up at this meeting, and first and foremost, you can see on my far left, you can see Abel is going to be one of our presenters there. And again, I know a lot of you guys see Abel all the time, so maybe you take him for granted. We don't take him for granted. The good news is all those other speakers there, they're people you probably have never worked with before. The gentleman who's to the right-hand side of the screen in the blue suit, his name is Daniel G. Some of you may know him. He has over 3 million followers that he has on Instagram. He is one of the most sought-after sales trainers. Close the sale. He's like Wolf of Wall Street, if you know that guy. The real Wolf of Wall Street, he's very much like him. He's one of the best sales persuasion traders in the world. He's going to be our keynote speaker. I'll be delivering a lot of very strong information at this event. We have one of the guys there, Razvan, is going to teach a lot about kind of the spiritual side of success and how to calm yourself. And with all the stress that we have going on as entrepreneurs, it's just going to be an incredible event, guys. Normally events with this many powerful, incredible speakers are 1,000 euros or more. Our regular price is only $7.99. So we're under that with our pay at the door. Full price is $7.99. And to me, it's like, again, it's like Albert Einstein said, the most powerful force in the world is compound interest, because if you don't, I can't get into a financial investing thing right now, but interest, it's just a little bit more compounded every month. But after years and years and years, your income is beyond your wildest dreams. Benjamin Franklin said, the best interest you will ever earn is off the money you invest in your education. So again, I've dedicated my life to this. I started off by sharing with you, where would I be? I have made millions. I've trained many people. One of my former students made over $100 million in the last year and a half. That's just one of the guys and he's making more than me. My point is, because I went to that training, Because I learned, I eventually trained him. Now he's off doing bigger and better things. And I've got people like that all over the world. So you never know what the long-term impact is going to be of you attending one event, or what the impact would be if you don't attend the event. Because if I didn't attend the event, it's like the classic fork in the road. Then I would have gone the other way. And I'm just flat telling you, I would have quit. I was on the verge of quitting right there. Instead, I went down the right path, and it's led to a life that is literally beyond my wildest dreams. Come to this event. It's called Unstoppable. The name matters. Our goal is to show you how to become unstoppable financially. Our company talks about the 4 major pillars in life all the time. Financial is one of them, but family, social is another one, spiritual and physical. We talk about the whole person. This event is almost all about finance. And I know for a lot of us, the way global inflation is, people are just having a hard time making ends meet. So to me, this could be the most important training anyone ever goes to. I guarantee you, we're going to show you how to make enough money to stay ahead of inflation and to go, again, timing, to have everything your company is putting into your hands, this timing, to get you through the holiday season and launch into 2025. Wow. We couldn't have, if we were picking a time to do the seminar, we couldn't have picked a better time for this group of people. So I would strongly recommend, if you want to go, Abel will get you the information, get you a QR code. You can certainly go to the URL that's right there and get your ticket. But the discount now, I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry, is way, way, way lower than that. The price is about to go up again, but right now it's right in the $3.99 range. It might even be a little lower than that. I'm sorry, I'm sure I should know this. But the bottom line is you can get a ticket at a very, very reasonable price compared to the full price. So I would say, if you're excited, go to this. And again, if all you're doing is going to your company event, then that's the most important thing you could possibly do. Again, I'm talking to the people that truly want to take things to a higher level, people who want to become unstoppable. You want your income to be unstoppable. I have news for you. Your bills that come in every month, they're unstoppable. So why not have an unstoppable income to go along with it? So Abel, that's all I got, brother. I'm going to put it back to you so you can finish up your team Zoom here the way you need to do it. But thank you for giving me the honor of pouring into the team for a little while.
Brother, I'm like Tom Hanks over here, except I'm feeling the heat from all the notes that I've been taking. And I've heard you many times, and I'm taking new notes down that I want to keep sharing with my team. So Marc, thanks for taking the time. I know you're a very busy person. I can't wait to see you at the Unstoppable event. And you said it perfectly. You know, we're going into an event, a company event now in October, I think it's 3 through the 7th.
Yeah.
Then we're going to our company incentive trip. A lot of us are going to be in Montenegro. And then Membership 3.0 gets launched November 1st. And put this event, I think you guys did this for In-Cruises. I know you did. I want to leave that. Because right after a big announcement, to be able to have access to the Unstoppable event, I think that's just perfect. I want to encourage everyone here to really take advantage of it. And again, Marc, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. I'm on fire. I've got another meeting in a few minutes, and I want to let them have it, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much.
You got it. Thanks for listening, everybody. I look forward to seeing you. We're going to be in Bulgaria. I've never been there before. Come hang out with us.
Hey, it's awesome. It's a beautiful place. Can't wait to see you there. And thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Everyone, there you have it, the great Marc Accetta. I look forward to seeing you guys in Barcelona. I look forward to launching Membership 3.0 with you November 1st. And I look forward to seeing you and yours and your team in Bulgaria. It's a beautiful place, by the way, where we're doing the event. It's an all-inclusive resort. Tickets are half price now, like Marc said. But then the fact that we all get to stay together, we're renting out the entire resort. So there's not going to be any outsiders there, only people from the Unstoppable event. And then it's all-inclusive. So you guys don't have to worry about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you get your ticket, your reservation for the hotel in Bulgaria, everything's included. So it really is a great way to launch your business. And if you noticed, Unstoppable isn't waiting till January 1st to do an event. In Cruises isn't waiting till January 1st to launch Membership 3.0. They're launching in November 1st. So pay attention, pay attention. There are clues all around us. So pay attention, get excited, and never quit. I want to thank you guys for being here. I look forward to seeing you in Barcelona. For those of you who are going to be with us in Montenegro, I look forward to seeing you in Montenegro. And I look forward to seeing you at Unstoppable in Bulgaria. Love you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.